We are back now talking about something that we like to talk about, but sometimes have a hard time getting motivated to actually do, cleaning out that unwanted junk. Dale Whitliff is the junk king, and he's here with some easy tips for us. Your Majesty, we're honored. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me on.
Tell me just first, what is it that you do?
We do full service junk removal. So basically, client would call us up or use our call center call, make an appointment. We come in, kind of give them an estimate, a free estimate to take a look at what they have to remove. And then we give them a price, and if they like the price and they want it done, save their back and knees, we'll take care of it for them.
And we're talking about big things, is that correct? Or is it everything?
Everything. Anything that's considered junk, whether it be in a shed, whether it be in a basement, garage, attic, wherever junk is, in your trunk of your car, we'll take it out. So wherever junk is, we're going to get it out.
What's your advice for people just for getting started, especially if it seems like a big project?
Well, basically kind of take it in small bites. Take a look at what you have, what you want to get accomplished. If you're trying to do a do-it-yourself project and you're trying to create some space for an office or a workout area, take a look at what you can get rid of, what you haven't used in a number of years. Mark it, put it off to the side. What I always recommend is if you have a lot of stuff to go, mark the things that you want to keep. If you have a little bit, mark the things that want to go, with tape or like a masking tape or something like that.
What are some mistakes that you see people make that you say, ooh, if you would have just done this,
what I see is they hold on to TVs way too long.
Oh.
I have a lot of clients that have held on to TVs for many years, and they can't believe the cost that it takes to get them recycled now.
Yeah.
And they thought they were doing well by that it was going to, but recycling has only gotten more with those type of items.
And how do you handle that? If somebody has something like that,
We have a recycler that we deal with. What we actually do is there is recycling fees for that. We pick them up, we wrap them, we make sure they get to the right place so they don't end up in landfills and end up, polluting. So we end up taking them to a recycler.
And what is the cost of that right now?
It ranges, depending on the size of the TVs. We're still seeing a lot of the old school CRTs, the big TVs, which, can range on a fee, was like $80 just for the fee on that, down to $20 for the smaller monitors and everything. But the big thing is you want to make sure that those get handled properly.
That's a great tip there. And I want to ask you something, because I'm sure you've seen a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
What is one of the weirdest, most interesting things that you've seen that you can say on television at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Weirdest things. That's a tough one. We've seen a lot of different things, but I think that's maybe the weirdest thing is that a lot of the junk I see is common in a lot of houses. So it was items like that were popular at the time, like on TV, like Ronco type of things, or Chop-O-Matics or whatever. I'll go into one basement, I'll clean. There's it there. I go to another one, and it's that same time frame. It's the same stuff. Everybody buys a lot of the same stuff. It is different that way.
It's one of those things. It all comes down to fingerprints. We're all sort of the same.
Yeah, it is. Somebody watches TV, and then they're buying all the same items. So we've seen a lot of that.
If people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
We have a phone number, 888-888-JUNK is our call center, or junkking.com. You can go online and book that way. Like I said, we're rated 5-star rating on Google, so I encourage, whenever you do anything, I encourage everybody to make sure that the places they use are reputable, that they have insurance, and they're covered. Because once you have someone in your house, you want to make sure that they're covered under insurances and everything like that. So it's very important, and we have all those insurances and everything.
All important insider stuff to know.
Yes.
Dale, the Junk King, it's been great chatting with you.
Same
Thank you
here.
so much for coming on, Your Highness.
Okay, thank you so much.
The first time we've had royalty.
Appreciate it.
We're going to take it over.